bring out Julie Gardner, the executive producer of Doctor Who and Stephen Moffat, the writer. That's what I meant by informal. So I think we're going to see the season 4 already, or should we just start?
I'm sorry about this. We're doing really well on the clips, and we were backstage and we were really worried about the sound because it sounded like it was going at too fast a speed and it was like cartoony and a bit angry. So we're taking the show in a new direction. Aren't you, Stephen?
Yes, we are. Yes, we're very much faster.
Terrific. And I think in the program it said that we were going to be joined by a friend of yours. Do you want to tell the folks?
Are we? What friends? Do I have a friend? We didn't rehearse this bit. What friends?
I think the program said that somebody else was supposed to be here with you guys as well.
So I'm really sorry. Russell T Davies is clearly not here. He is in Cardiff. He's in Cardiff and he is for a good cause. He is writing Torchwood. So I literally have him sellotaped to his chair in front of his keyboard. There is someone in Cardiff putting like food parcels under his door and he doesn't move. So it's good. But meanwhile, Stephen, what were you writing on the flight over here?
Oh yes, I was writing the first episode of Series 5. But really quite slowly, because it's not really needed for a while. So I was going to tell you the entire plot, but I haven't figured it out yet, so there you go.
Tell us a little bit about, I mean, the show's had such an amazing life, and it means so much to people now. And when you look back on the seasons that you've had, give us some like emotional memories of it. I mean, what has Doctor Who meant for you individually and creatively?
I mean, for me, I mean, hard as this is to say in front of this crowd, when I was a child, I did watch Doctor Who a bit, but I wasn't a huge devoted fan. I have now absolutely become that. I mean, it's been a roller coaster of 5 years. It's been the best time ever. I've loved every single minute of it. The personal highlights are, more than anything, when you get a script from Russell T Davies or Stephen Moffat, you know, that private moment when your email bings and tings and you've got the script for the first time and you kind of know a little bit about what's coming, but it's just the joy of seeing it on the page. And then you go to the read-through and you see what the actors are doing with it, and you've worked with Christopher Eccleston or David Tennant and Billy Piper and Catherine Tate, and you see those people and you see them at their best. They're extraordinary at what they do, and we're lucky to work with the best crews in Cardiff. They just love it. They put so much of themselves into it, so it's been a privilege. What about you?
Well, unlike you, Julie, I saw The Light earlier and watched Doctor Who devotedly throughout my childhood. Decided against having a relationship or friends.
Changed.
And well, obviously, I'm still a fan. It would be against my virginity, keeps me pure. When Doctor Who came back, I mean, it was a very, very sort of weird thing for me because a lot of me just wanted to enjoy it as a fanboy, which I did. I just watched it and loved it. And then after a while, and rather surprisingly, it was my show, because it was The Empty Child, and it is sort of like watching the West Wing or something. And that's good. And suddenly, you're watching a series and loving it, and then they let you have a go. Which most shows don't do. They don't just say, you're enjoying the West Wing, Stephen? Write an episode on you know. So it is like, being on a fantastic aeroplane, and the occasion they say, do you want to show it driving? Go on, walk down the front. And actually, it's not at all like that, because that would be bloody terrifying. So it's a lot better than that. That was a very, very bad comparison.
What was the hardest thing when you started writing? Because I know a lot of the writers say, the first moment when they type, the Doctor in the character headline, and then they start doing it. That's weird. Or when they've got a scene heading for the first time of interior TARDIS. Were those pivotal moments for you?
Yes. Yeah, the first time you say it's hard to take yourself seriously when you write interior TARDIS and you think, are you meant to say day after that or not? What is it? I stuck in that for about a day thinking, interior, what is it? More than a 12th century. Could be anything. No, it was terrifying. But you have to sort of put that away and treat it like a job. No, you don't. That's absolute rubbish. You treat it like a sad little fanboy who's been handed an enormous toy to play with. The truth about Doctor Who, and it's time somebody told the truth about Doctor Who, is in Britain, if you went around the country on a Saturday to all the places that children are with their parents, what you would hear all the time is, just echoing, it happens to me all the time, and you hear, if you're not good, you won't see Doctor Who. And that's where fandom comes from. Because every time these kids watch Doctor Who, you think, oh, it's good today. And that stays with you. Every time you watch it, you think, yeah, I'm good. And frankly, in the event, and it doesn't happen that often, they give you the show entirely. You think you must be the best behaved boy in the whole country. The rest of you think, yeah, that's it. Good boy.
Because what I can tell you about Stephen Moffat is he's not the best behaved boy in the show. Because after the empty charge, we said, okay, right, so we've got a single episode, and he was really busy and that's all he had the time to write. So it was like, girl in a fireplace, okay. So I remember getting the script for the first time, and the first page, I'm sure you did this deliberately, first page was like exterior Versailles, interior Versailles, you had the clockwork monsters chasing down the corridor, and you think, okay, I know where I am, this is good, I can see what the story of the week is going to be, this is going to be really straightforward. Turn the page, exterior spaceship. And you're like, where did this become contained for the budget? What do you mean? And then you spend all the time intercutting between Versailles, 18th century France, that's not easy in Cardiff. And then you go to a spaceship, that's not so easy in Cardiff. And then a horse leaps through a mirror. It's just naughty.
Yeah, well, otherwise it would just have been people in frocks talking about boring stuff. I managed, it's actually 2 pages of costume drama before the spaceship, and that's about as much time as I can stand to watch period drama. That's what I really want to happen when I'm watching some old period dramas. Oh, come on, alien death machine kills the lot.
I so tried to cut the horse, and just that horse kept coming back. A horse in a ballroom. It's not safe.
You mentioned Cardiff. I'm wondering, how has it affected Cardiff? I mean, these shows, and how has Cardiff affected the shows?
They barely noticed we're there. We're like ninjas. We're such a small production. We just, they haven't really, caught up yet. It's massive. I mean, it's been brilliant for Cardiff because it was one of the first shows that get. Oh, and with the flag! Right. It was one of the first big shows that came into Cardiff when I became head of drama there, and they've been amazing. We get so much cooperation from the people that live there, from the council. The locations are great. You've got so much variety in Cardiff and outside. And they're just really tolerant of us. They close roads, they let us drive tanks, they let us explode things. We make a bit of a mess, and they kind of respond with a smile.
Messy ninjas.
Yeah.
Okay, messy ninjas are good. Well, I think that we're ready to see some clips. Stephen, they have some stuff that you've brought that they want to show, some trailers.
All right. You haven't downloaded from my hard drive, have you? You've got the right file.
Our best hacker has just got into your laptop.
Stay away from the bookmarks.
Can you tell us about what we're going to see?
I could if I knew what it was.
Stephen's clips already.
I think we should see the clips, and then you should. I mean, I put the clips together. It's a highlight of some of the work that Stephen's done on Doctor Who. So you can tell